he learned. And now, to say it forward, Mr. Kirk Chester Damasco.
I'm sure most, if not all of us, have Facebook accounts. In fact, you may be watching this via Facebook. And in Facebook, we have a front row seat as to how there's just so much information, so many things bombarding us na nakaka-overwhelm. Thank God na merong unfollow button, di ba? If I don't like this person, unfollow. I don't agree with this person, unfollow. I don't like his face, her face, what he's posting, unfollow. And on one hand, it gives us a sense of being empowered, like we control our social media lives. And aside from unfollow, there's block, there's unfriend, and there's report to Facebook. But really, is this really empowering us? Is this really good for us? One of the men of faith and educator whom I look up to, his name is Father Johnny Go. He says that whether we are aware of it or not, we are currently living in what experts call as a filter bubble. Meaning, have you ever wondered or have you ever tried that when you and your friend at the same time put in a keyword in the search bar of Google, that both of you would have very different results? The reason is because Google's algorithm, social media's algorithm, is done in such a way that they predict or they give you results based on your past search histories, based on what you've liked, based on where you've been, based on people whom you follow, and based on people whom you unfollow. So if that's the reality, we are, in a sense, living in our own personal and ideological ghettos. In other words, what's happening is we are only exposed to things that are already within our set of preferences. We're only immersed into a situation or into an environment that we already like. But that makes me think, is this really beneficial to how we live our lives? Or is this something that is contributing to a sense of intolerance, a sense of closed-mindedness, a certain degree of disregard and just hate for progress, because progress is driven by diversity. Progress is driven by difference in opinion. And this may be in social media, what I'm talking about, but this is also true in real life. I remember when I was new here in college, I had the urge to just stay with people who were from the province, because I was from the province. Because people in Manila who went to exclusive schools at that time, they were just different. They moved in a certain way. They spoke in a certain way. And the way they were, the way they carried themselves were just very different, very uncomfortable for me. I did not like some of them. I did not agree with also a good number of them. But maybe at the core of it, I was just too scared to try. There I was living in a bubble. There I was building a wall around me. There I was unwilling to go into unfamiliar ground, unfamiliar territory. But I think it was my lola who told me, I think my dad also told me this, when you meet with people or when you see people, just smile at them. If they smile back, then you gain a friend. If they don't, then wala ka namang mawala. You're back to where you are, status quo. You have all to gain when you expose yourself, immerse yourself with people in things and experiences that are other than yours. Of course, provided that our values, our principles are steady or we know them to the core. Now, I'm glad I did, because now I reap the benefits of having exposed myself to this vast world, a world where I don't agree with everyone, but a world where I can be friends with everyone. I think it was Gandhi who said that friendship that insists on agreement on all things is not worthy of the name. Friendship must be able, if it is true, it must be able to endure the toughest of disagreements. And speaking of friends, my business partner and best friend has been instrumental in letting me try out these things. Like before, when I came here, I only ate Filipino and Chinese food. But because my best friend tries or likes to try weird food, weird drinks, because he's weird, no, I'm just kidding. He made me try other cuisine. Like now I eat Korean, I eat Japanese. Before I didn't eat sushi. I eat Greek. And what's great is, minsan libre. So try, go. Minsan hindi. But my point is, I'm thankful for people like my best friend, for my family members like my lola and my dad, for my friends whom I met in life, whom I continue to meet up to this day, who continue to expose me and encourage me to try out new things, to expose myself to new environments. Now, am I not entitled to say na nakakatamad lang talaga ayoko na talagang maki-associate sa kanila? Of course, yes. Am I not entitled to be just there in the corner, associate myself to people whom I agree with? Of course you are. But we know that at the core of this is it's a heart issue. And we all know where our hearts stand when it comes to this. Just imagine, if Jesus was so satisfied to live in the best bubble possible in heaven, and he did not confront what is evil, what is undesirable, what is dirty in the form of sin and the foolishness of people, then where would we be? Imagine if Jesus was contented na and was living in the bubble and he did not burst the heavenly bubble where he was. Then what would happen to us? But instead, because Jesus chose to go beyond, live beyond, and burst the heavenly bubble, we are currently recipients of his amazing love. We experience his amazing grace, and we are heirs to his kingdom and to eternal life. God burst the heavenly bubble to include us. And we are called also to burst whatever bubble we're living in so that we can be better witnesses for Christ and to bring them to his kingdom.